Well, hey, you guys and gals, how's it going? It's Rio. It has been a very interesting couple weeks for me. Some things unusual in my semester life, like taking a week to go to training, helping put on DevFest, which I saw several of you there, and it was awesome to see you. I'd love to get your feedback on the event. If you'd put it, maybe I'll have some extra credit for those who want to do that. So before I move into this week's topics, I just want to say that I haven't talked to you all since the midterm, and for the most part, I think there was some things that worked well and some things we needed to clarify, and I take responsibility that if more than 5 of you got something wrong, I think it's probably unclear the instruction. And the one thing I notice somewhat consistently is that on the second one, on the trace routes where you wanted to, locate all the hops, the intention there was that you use the same website destination, but you use different ISPs. And in this case, some of you just went and selected 3 different ones to do a trace route and 3 different destination IPs, and that wasn't the idea. The idea was the same location, 3 different points of entry into the internet to see how the hops will be different and how in some cases they may be the same. And then when you plotted them on the Google map, you needed to have stamps associated with each particular trace route location, meaning, I did this from home, I did this from school, I did this from work, that kind of thing. So since, again, a couple of you got this one not correct, I'm going to allow you to redo it. And so I've given already some extra time to students that came and helped in DevFest. So I'm going to give everyone until this coming Monday night to get that fixed, or any other feedback I gave you about the midterm or the project one. Please reach out to me and ask me so that you can get more points, and I won't take off late points for that, but after Monday I will. So the week I was away in training was great. I was really, honestly, not looking forward to it in one sense, looking forward to it in another. It was not the week I would have wanted, but it was a week that just happened as far as timing in the semester, quite frankly, because it was the week before DevFest. But the guy who ran it is the guy who's giving the lecture for this week, Maximilian, or Max, and he's great. And the information that I learned through this, I will definitely integrate in the next couple of weeks. And we're starting this week already talking about some of the things that I knew about, I understood, but he deepened my understanding of why it's important. And the topics we're going to be looking at with both hands-on and the current topics is related to HTML5 semantic web implementation of using the correct designation of article, asides, and sections in order to make websites more readable, not necessarily to humans, but to other machines, screen readers, and really anything, because HTML5 is really becoming the standard for deploying applications on even offline devices like smart TVs, a lot of things that you can have those devices interact with you. Coming back to the topic, let me walk you through what you need to do for the hands-on and the current topics, although you already have a good example on the current topics. Thank you, Linda. So that's awesome. I think that's all I had. So let's turn to it and get busy. So I would tell you I would start this week with the current topics, okay? That's the hands-on. So the current topics, I should have already pulled it up, but I didn't, is going to really introduce, if it hasn't already, the idea of the semantic web. So I'm asking you, what is it? And there's an oldie but goodie video that gives you at least an overview. And then I want you to research this topic, right? And give examples, bring it up to date. So it's going to introduce you to some ideas, but I think it's back in 2007 that we thought the semantic web would be used for. And then given that, do some research and give examples of ways we're using the semantic web today. Okay, Linda gave you a really nice, Abel did too. Oh, there's several in here. Oh, great. was just got posted recently. So there's some good posts in there already about that. Now on the hands-on, there is, and somebody told me, and I think it was Linda told me that the link here wasn't working. But if you just go to the Chrome store and search for HTML5 outliner, it'll add to your navigation, right, to your address bar, your URL bar here, and you can see it right here. Okay, so what do I mean by what I want here? I want you to first install this and go to various websites that you visit already, and in this case I'm in Blackboard, and look at the outline. So basically this is telling us how Blackboard organized this page as far as how you would want to have us understand the content, the way it's laid out, the sub-content, right? So in this case, open quick links, that's nice, I can understand what that is. No text content inside H1. So this actually is a ding for Blackboard in the sense that they should have something telling us what this is organizing, which we could kind of figure it out, but if we have to kind of figure it out, it goes against the idea. Okay, and in this case, so I can tell I'm within, week 11 hands-on, and then you can see various links in there. So again, minor ding to them. Overall, it gives me a lot of good information about the page. So let's say I go to another site as an example. Dig.com, a very common site I look at daily, right? Once you install that extension, then you can see this, right? So I know what this site does, I know what they're doing, but their semantic layout lists all of their articles here, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but there's no heading telling me what those are. So if I was another device trying to either grab this content, understand this content, how to lay out this content, that would be hard. So this would be an example I would say they could do better, right? So I want you to find, going back to this, I want you to find a good and a bad example, right? And really it's the good and bad based on your understanding and your exposure to semantic elements, which you have just gotten a slight introduction to, right? So the idea, that's why I was saying start with the current topic. Introduce yourself if you don't already know this idea of the semantic web. Find some resources, look at what it means, right? And then this is one way to look at websites, the way they're laying out their semantic layout of their HTML elements. Okay, so let's come back. So this actually leads us into our after Project 1, heading into the end of the semester, two really important topics. One is SEO, Search Engine Optimization, and this idea of a semantic web is an important part of this. So next week's lecture will be more of a generic SEO, Search Engine Optimization approaches, what you think about that, how you have to do that. We'll follow that up with possibly another one depending on what I find for resources on that. And then we're going to move into payment systems. Payment systems are something that this class definitely has targeted to cover. So we're going to look at the common payment systems that are out there. And I'm thinking actually of having you all select different payment processors, and that will be the target of at least probably half of your project too. Okay, so we're past the midway point, obviously, of the semester. I've had an interesting couple weeks. Sorry if I've been a little MIA. I've been catching up when I can and grading when I can. I did notice I'm a little behind on grading some of the past stuff where people hadn't turned in stuff. So if you notice your grade changes, that means you've missed some work in the past. Always reach out to me if you have any questions. I always try to respond to those in a timely manner. If for some reason you post something and then you don't get a reply to me, just email me directly and then I will both reply to you and reply in Blackboard. All right, well, happy Wednesday. You will hear from me again this Friday to get us back on track with me giving these videos the week before the items are due and not right on. So thanks for your patience. Have a great week. Bye.